Everyone has an opinion about Canadian federal politics.
Oh, yeah.
One particular case, flying out of Sarajevo, and as you know, the rocket-propelled grenades are flying, and lots of fires, lots of burns. And have you ever smelt a burning skin? It's a disgusting, disgusting smell, and like God, humans can be awful to each other. I'm wearing a blue beret for United Nations. I'm peacekeeping, and these traumatic injuries are taking place. Just so inhumane for me. I will never understand war. I will never understand why the human race cannot get along and we all make differences for each other. I don't think I will ever.
Bonjour. Let's see. Are we live? Hi, everyone. Okay, I think we're good. All right. Hey, everyone. Michelle Ferrer here, Member of Parliament for Peterborough, Kawartha, and you know, I'm recording this video live on Wednesday, December 4th, around 1:25 Eastern Standard Time. You may be watching it at a different time if it's streamed to you on a different time or day. But it's a very important national story, but it's very, very important to Peterborough, Kawartha. I received a phone call just a couple of nights ago from a very distraught friend and very decorated veteran of a massive debacle, to put it mildly, from Veterans Affairs. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the person who called me.
I'd have flashbacks and nightmares, and I'd be jumping out of bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, looking around this house, looking out the window, looking to my side, and to tell you the truth, I didn't even know what I was looking for. And then I'd eventually head back to my bedroom, but I would not sleep the rest of the night.
Leanne Quinn, many of you in Peterborough know her. She is a rock star, but I'll read you a little bit of her bio here. Leanne Quinn has received the Order of Military Merit Award, the highest order a member of the military can receive. She is the honorary lieutenant colonel to the Hastings and Prince Edward Regiment. She no longer is, actually. This was when I did this speech in the House. She is an all-star athlete. She is a Guinness World Records holder. She is an RN. She is a nurse practitioner who volunteers her time at Camp Maple Leaf. She received the Florence Nightingale Medal in 2007 as Canada's top nurse. She has served and practiced medicine around the world in war-torn countries. She is also a survivor of PTSD. Leanne is passionate about mental health solutions and service. She retired this was a while when I read this ago. She retired so that she could devote all of her time to the Brock Clinic that she created and started at Brock Mission, which is a shelter for men in Peterborough, to offer them help with their medical ailments, to not only help the hospital, but to help these people who are struggling with homelessness. And she's just done so much for our community and our country. And she is a remarkable, remarkable human. Leanne phoned me 2 nights ago, very, very upset. This is the headline in a Cpac French article. I'll read it in English. The Monument of Shame, sculptures in honor of dead veterans still alive. Of the 67 soldiers whose profile is immortalized in bronze, only about 20 died in service, 4 never wore the uniform, and 12 are still very much alive. And one of those very alive people is Leanne Quinn. And you can imagine somebody who has experienced the horror of war and who has PTSD to come to a monument that is to recognize and commemorate fallen soldiers from Afghanistan, 158 in total, and to see your name and her silhouette of her photo on a monument. And it was just heartbreaking and disturbing for her. So I just want to give you some background to this. Department of Veterans Affairs provided $3 million. They spent $3 million on a monument that is supposed to commemorate fallen soldiers, okay? The Department of Veterans Affairs provided $3 million for the 10 million Highway of Heroes project, which planted 2.5 million trees in honor of military personnel on the stretch of Highway 401 from Trenton Base to Port Hope, Ontario. 2 copies of the Presence and Absence Monument, and it looks like a tree, have been installed in these 2 villages along with a plaque to salute a handful of heroic members of the Canadian Armed Forces who made the ultimate sacrifice for the safety of our country and those in need around the world. However, among the 67 soldiers whose profile is immortalized in bronze, only about 20 have made the ultimate sacrifice. 4 have never even worn the uniform, and 12 are still very much alive. There was a huge irregularity in this whole process. Who chose the names? How is the verification process? It's very, very bad, says Helene Lesculer, recently alerted by her friend Leanne Quinn, a former lieutenant colonel who is also on the list. Former Lieutenant General Romeo Dallaire did not comment. So even the families of the 20 people who were correctly named on the monument do not seem to have been notified. I think it's a huge lack of respect. It just goes on and on. It's a major mistake. Obviously, we want an apology from the minister. Obviously, this has caused extreme stress for these people, including Leanne of my community in Peterborough. No one among the military and politicians present at the inauguration in November 2022 pointed at the fault, and neither Helene Lesculer nor the other undead she knows were invited or even informed of the initiative at the time. $3 million to cause pain and stress and suffering on our Canadian veterans. This is absolutely disgraceful. And I just wanted to make sure everybody knew about this. I'm hoping the national media picks this up. This is a horrible, horrible story, and we are going to demand an apology from the minister. I'm going to work with Leanne to ensure that she hears from Leanne directly, and the pain and the suffering that she caused. So it's pretty wild what has happened here. If you're just joining, basically Veterans Affairs spent $3 million to erect a monument to honor fallen soldiers, Canadian soldiers who served in Afghanistan, which are 158, but only 67 soldiers whose profile is immortalized in bronze. Only about 20 died in service, 4 never wore the uniform, and 12 are still very much alive. Absolutely appalling and disgraceful. Please share the story. Please let folks know. And they are trying to brush this under the rug. The Liberals are trying to brush it under the rug. They're trying, oh no, it's no big deal. Nothing has happened. I have a colleague who works right across the hall from me. He's a Bloc Québécois, Luc Desolé. He had been trying to bring this to light as well. And it's just absolutely shameful what the Liberals are doing here to try to brush this off and not acknowledge nor apologize for the pain and suffering that they caused. We'll talk to you guys soon, and thanks for joining me. We're off to question period, and hold the government to account. Another day, another scandal. Working hard for you guys, trying to restore affordability and accountability, transparency, competence would be a good start. Thanks, guys.
Everyone has an opinion about Canadian federal politics.
Oh,